Y'all sitting there looking like, I know she ain't just reviewing this episode now. I know she ain't just uploading it. I know she lying. I'm not. Okay, listen. I actually had it ready and prepared, getting ready to record it. Was going to have it up on Sunday. Went to edit it, and baby, you wouldn't have understood. Well, you would have understood me, but I looked real fuzzy. Like, I was like, what's up with the clarity? Like, did I not fix the camera lens? Oh, you don't believe me? Click the subscribe button and become a ray of sunshine. You got to click the notification bell so you're alerted when I upload this video instead of you. Told you. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. What's up? How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? We are reviewing Ready to Love, season number 2, episode number 9. All is fair in love. And they should have went on ahead and said, and war. Because, baby, this was something, okay? Listen, I hardly ever put it in the beginning, but if it's your first time visiting my channel, click the subscribe button, be a ray of sunshine, click the notification bell, because honestly, you're missing my Ready to Love reviews when they're uploaded. It needs to be like, whoop, she uploaded, because like now you'd be like, okay, well, she finally did it, so I can watch it. Anyway, this episode, we pick up where we left off at the cabin with the trio of Brent, London, and Alexis. And Brent saying, don't disrespect me. And, you know, London like, hey, yo, man, no, it's not even like that. But then London goes into his, I don't know, soliloquy to his supposedly heartfelt, earnest conversation with Alexis, saying, you know, very strongly how, you know, I will tell, this is what I got out of it, how much he likes her, and how he would share it with everybody. He would tell anybody on this cast how he felt. Any of these singles, how he feels. Bruh, the lies you tell. You just had the opportunity at the bonfire. You so full of shit, it ain't even funny. You couldn't even come correct and honest then, because when you had the opportunity, you didn't say I choose Alexis or I choose Divine for that matter. You went, I like them both in different ways. Anytime you want to have a man in a quandary looking lost, confused, and in a daze, do an Alexis. Smile at him, high five. Yeah, I'm over it. I'm going to bed. And exits, okay? And he was shocked and stunned. Because, you know, really, London feel like he that man. And he got that attitude like, I can get away with this for a while. After a while, sir, that don't work no more. When you start dealing with real women and women that know where they want to go and have enough confidence to stand in who they are and know that they have great things to offer, and you're not going to be playing seesaw between me and two women, they let the shit go. They be like, deuces, like I don't have to deal with that. I'd rather be by myself than put up with your bullshit. But London, you don't ever hear me saying much about him because I don't feel any kind of way about him. He is the typical guy that can get whatever woman he wants and still plays the field. Like you guys have been saying, he is ready to love. He's not ready to love. And as such, he always wants a woman that compliments him or is as attractive as he is. So he thinks on his arm, hence Divine and Alexis. Inside the cabin, once she walks off, dismisses him. Inside the cabin, she is in the room with Brent having a conversation, and Brent is like laid on the bed, leaned on the bed. She's like right up under him. He's not on the bed, but he's on the bed, you know, halfway on, halfway off, using all of his fitness muscles, his core to keep him up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, okay, Brent, you fit. I like it. You fit. But, you know, again, he's still, I don't know. I might like him a little more now that we closer to the end. But Alexis is like, I'm so glad we took our time getting to know each other. And that is us now. Huh? Because if I remember correctly, now correct me if I'm wrong, Alexis didn't want him. Alexis said he wasn't assertive enough, that he didn't come after her like he should, that he wasn't aggressive, that he wasn't, you know, he wasn't pining after her. You know what I'm saying? Like, pining after her. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I'm wrong, y'all let me know down below in the comments. If I'm wrong, let me know. Because I honestly feel like she doing the same thing that London is doing, but in a different way. Like, oh, okay, you want somebody else, so now I done strung this man along, so I'm going to go to him. That's the same shit, the same game that London is playing. Girl, if you don't get the fuck out of here with that shit, and own your truth that you're gonna be by yourself because you're really picky and particular, which is fine. But sometimes you need to really get to know people and stop analyzing them and checking off your boxes and just really have a genuine conversation with someone, because she's always fucking like, as y'all can see this episode, Alexis has turned me all the way the fuck off. Let's keep going. So we are back in Atlanta, or whatever suburb of Atlanta that they are in, and we see Reva and Mario go on a date. Mario's glad that she came because he wanted to talk, but Reva lets him know, like, listen, our interaction seems forced, seems ingenuine, not authentic. It seems fake. And you know, Mario's like, no. And she's all like, well, you know, if I've been saying I needed to see more, you should have come with more. You should have been more aggressive. You should have come after me because that's what I wanted. And so, you know, I really want somebody that is focused on me, solely wants me, is interested in me, wanting to date me, and that's not you. Now listen, how long ago was she supposed to say that? I asked y'all that a few episodes ago. When do you bow out gracefully because you look foolish? When? Huh? Somebody. For Reva, it should have been 3 episodes ago when her homegirls came over to meet Mario. She knew she was defeated a long time ago, and she knew she wasn't going to put more effort in or change her innate characteristics and behavior and personality in a matter of 2 episodes. She should have did a curtsy and walked off then. But she did say she's going to let him and Tandy do their thing. I'm gonna step out so I don't look foolish. But you do already. You've been looking foolish. You've been just tagging along. I don't know. Again, if I'm wrong, check me in no, y'all ain't gonna be checking nobody, okay? But let me know down below in the comments, all right? You know, Mario said something like, I want what I want. Yeah, what he wants is the both of you. What he wants is his cake and eat it too, because you both bring something different to the relationship, and that's not what's gonna happen. Again, as an adult woman, I need to learn to bow out gracefully. I need to know when I have lost the battle, when the game has not been won, when I am benched, and I need to go ahead and find me a new team. So then we see, you know, then Tommy invites everybody out to dinner. Everybody that went to the cabin out to dinner, the first thing they say when he get there, he says that, you know, Reva has bowed out gracefully. She's decided to let Tandy and Mario do their thing, okay? Alexis come in her freak mama snakeskin short mini skirt so that she can make London jealous. But didn't you just say that you happy about you and Brent? Or no? That y'all waited this long, but you are intentionally coming to entice him and make him London jealous, which tells me that you're still interested in him. We don't do no childish shit like that. We don't really be trying to make you miss what you want, what you didn't have and shit, unless our feelings is hurt or if we still want you. Them is the options. Now, ladies, disagree with me down below in the comments if that's not true. I mean, anytime I've ever been like, oh, that nigga gonna be here, I'm finna show out. He either broke my heart or I still wanted him. Them was the 1-2 things. If he broke my heart, I wanted to make sure he knew what he was missing. There was still a part of me that wanted him to know that I'm the shit and you fucked up. This is the first time that everyone sees each other from the cabin, from Blue Ridge Mountain cabin getaway, okay? And Tommy straight goes to Mario and asks Mario, hey, what's up with you and Tandy? And he was like, you know what, now I can put 100% into me and Tandy and see where we're going and, you know, see how much we mesh well and the qualities and set expectations, etc. Like, those are things that we should set in the beginning, expectations, boundaries. And again, if you guys have been communicating as often as everyone says in this whole series, then these expectations and boundaries and shit should have already been discussed. But like y'all said, they just there to get a coin. They just there for their big break. I would be going on there so that I could find somebody to love. But knowing these last 2 episodes, ain't nobody there for love. They all trying to get one up. You might as well let me come. You hear me, Will? Let me come. Y'all would watch, right? Anyway, let's keep going. So then Tommy decides to turn to Ashima and Darren and ask about them and how things are going between the 2 of them. Ashima said, you know, back at the cabin, alcohol and me being in my feelings don't mix well, okay? And then Darren is all like, well, she took 100% accountability for her actions and her behavior. I was really taken aback, and I was like, so she acted a fool? Did I miss that, y'all? Because everything that I saw Shima do last episode was valid. I didn't think that she was disrespectful, but I do believe she spoke her truth. I do believe she expressed how she felt, and I do believe she deserved that. So when he and she, when they made it like she did something wrong, I was in total disagreement. Like, I don't feel like she was really doing a whole lot of yelling. She was very passionate because it was something dear to her heart. She's in her feelings. She's getting caught up with Darren. She likes this man, okay? And with that being said, there is a little more intensity with it. But I don't think that she needed to apologize or they needed to make her look like she was the villain in doing something. And I'm sad to say that because she likes him so much, her vision is clouded. You know, she's not thinking clearly. She's got on rose-colored glasses and is missing a lot of things. I really call bullshit. I mean, because when we like somebody, we tend to accept a lot more. We tend to go along with a lot more things that we wouldn't normally go along with. If we didn't like the nigga, we would be like, well, what you mean? But when you like him, you'd be like, well, yeah. And she didn't do nothing wrong. Her entire opinion was fucking valid. The way she felt was valid. You playing the fence, I'm all in, and you not. And it needed to be said. Like, hello somebody. What y'all thought? Am I wrong? What y'all thought? Do you think that that she should have been villainized? Because that's how I felt like she was the villain. Like, she had really showed her ass and cursed him out. No, she expressed how she felt. As a woman, as an adult, it took her a minute, but she opened her mouth and she said it. I dig women like that are able to articulate the way they feel, no matter how long it takes you, be able to do it. So then, you know, he asked Brent about him and Alexis, and we in a good place, you know, X, Y, Z, and he said, well, where you sleep? And he said, I slept in Alexis's room that night. Now, sleeping in her room, or did he say her bed? Because it's up for interpretation. But sleeping in someone's bed and not doing anything is a very intimate act. Because you cuddle, you exchange energy, you get to know each other, you talk. Literally, you ain't sleeping, you up all night laughing. Especially when it's the first time, you nervous. Especially if you're a snorer like me, I'd be like really like trying not to go to sleep. Or sleeping very lightly because I do snore. I normally warn people, but nonetheless, if we're not doing nothing and you just in the bed and they ain't got no TVs or nothing in that cabin, they were just conversing, that is really something intimate. So London being in his feelings, rightfully so, except for you didn't choose me, so you ain't really got shit to say. Because he was like, well, where I'm from, that's a deal breaker. I'm done. Like, that's the thing that put him over the top. If it wasn't for that, he still would have been pining after her. So, is that a deal breaker, fellas? I'm asking the fellas, is that a deal breaker? In this particular instance, where you know what's happening, is that a deal breaker? Because had he slept in the room with Alexis, Divine surely wouldn't have said it was a deal breaker. She might have walked away, might have said he chose. I don't know. Y'all let me know down below in the comments, because honestly, I'm gonna be in my feelings if I knew that the other dude was in the bed with the competition. I'd be like, oh, okay, well, let me do my curtsy, take my hat off to you, sister. You know, you win. He's not for me. I'm in agreement with him with that. Like, you chose him, but was that just to make him jealous? Backfires. So when Tommy asks Alexis, how was the weekend? She said, it was a shit show. When I say she didn't hold back, no holds barred, she went the fuck in on London and his behavior. Said that London was pretty much indecisive, which we knew already. And he said, I ain't never told you was my number one. She said, well, you have been affirming. There have been affirmations. Do you know what that means? Do you need me to give you some examples? Like, She was like, you say shit like it's me and you, but you really still on the fence. And that was what it was proving. You're playing the both of us going back and forth. Now at the table, strategically, I'm sure the producers had them sit that way because Brent was sitting at the table, I think, with Ashima and Darren. But London, Alexis, and Divine were at the table together, right? The Bermuda Triangle, okay? Lost love in translation. And now I'm sitting here looking at my notes like, what is a bonfire remix? I know that that's what she said, but I can't remember what it was about. But pretty much it was on that he's on the fence, and he kept going back and forth about, it was different than what he had been saying originally to her, and of course to Divine. And then we see in his confessional that he's like, well, you know what? I never should have left Divine alone while I was chasing after Alexis and trying to deal with that. She's still been my rock. She's been a rock. She's been solid since day one. And she's still, even after the cabin, is talking to me. And I'm all like, Divine, you still talking to him? Like, what does that say about your character? Are you really desperate? Or are you just trying to stay on the show? Which one is it, y'all? Let me know down below in the comments. Because I don't really think London is that big of a prize that you would be hanging on hoping that he chooses you. He showed me that he was choosing Alexis. When he got up and chased after her, he chose Alexis. So I would have chose myself on out of there. Now she couldn't bow out gracefully until the cabin. But I would have left him sitting on his own out in the cold. It wouldn't have been no choice of what two people had to go. Okay? But Mario's over there like, she over there berating him like they in third grade. Well, yeah. But those are true emotions. The real Alexis, will you please stand up? Please stand up. She's showing y'all. Just like she told you before that she was a fighter, she's showing y'all that she's a fighter. She's showing you that the reason that she stays reserved in her box is because she is with the shits. Like, we seen that this episode. London said that, now she's made it easy for him. Because really he wanted Alexis, but she wasn't showing enough interest either. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing. Men they want to feel like they're wanted and that someone is interested in them as well. We want to feel desired. They want to feel needed. They want to feel accepted. But they still want you to show some interest. So ladies, if you got a man, make sure you are doing what? Showing him that he's needed, that he's appreciated, that he's valued, that you want him. You know what I'm saying? The same shit we want, they want too. It's just that they show it a little different. They need to be needed. Anyway, let me keep going. So this week's task from Tommy was that they have dates with people that are meaningful to them. So if they don't mean shit to you, don't have a date with them. So people who are on the fence, example, Alexis with London and Brent, and then London with Alexis and Divine. You got to choose one. You can't go out with both of them because this is the time and we're eliminating two people, one guy, one girl. Period, point blank. At the end of this episode, we'll have 3 couples left. So the first date we see is Darren and Ashima, and they're at the gym. I believe it's his gym. And he says that she has trust issues, and she was like, I don't like the word issues. Well, listen, if I don't trust you, it's an issue. Don't feel no way about that. And he was like, well, concerns or whatever, but you have them, and that you need to stop, and that we need to talk about them. When you start having concerns, you start feeling some kind of way, you need to come to me and talk about it. Now, I'm in total agreement with that. Hands down. If there's an issue or a concern, bring it to them before you start letting your mind wander, ladies. I'm totally with that because I'm one of the women that will let my imagination is so vivid that my mind will take me way off kilt somewhere, and then I should have just had the conversation, and then my energy would tell me what was truthful and what wasn't. But I'm looking at her and I'm just like, she really likes him so much that she's missing her red flags too. Because, he's a cool guy or whatever. Every time she expresses herself, he diminishes it as if it doesn't have any value or any merit, as if she's making this shit up. And he's being honest and truthful and upfront, which isn't fair. And she isn't catching that because she likes him so much. So you telling me we all in together, we're all in together, but the whole time you texting and dating Tanji, and you telling me I shouldn't feel some kind of way, that I shouldn't have a little insecurity. Yes, we do come into these relationships. We should be whole people, happy people, confident people, but there are some things that'll knock you the fuck off them pedestals. And that is one of the things. You're telling me one thing, but your actions are doing something else. The two need to be in sync. They need to be aligned. Like, that's not fair for me to have to come to you with that. Yes, it's a concern, and whenever I bring it up to you, you downplay it. That's not fair. Every time I bring it up to you, you act like I'm making it up, like it's a fairy tale, because I'm still your number one. The way you got me thinking, it's just me and you. It ain't nobody else. So I feel like she's missing that flag. Like, anytime she's going to vocalize something, he's going to diminish it as if it's not true. You know, because he don't want to be like his dad and everything, a cheater. He wants to be honest and open. I'm seeing other people, but you my number one. I mean, y'all like that? Okay, I mean, if you dating, then fine. But the way he make it feel like it's like they go together, like Ashima say, we go together already. If you dating, that's one thing. So I'm gonna get off that soapbox right now. So I feel like she needs to be a little more careful, because he ain't who he are. To me, he's not really who he says he is. He's giving her one thing like it's me and you, but in honesty, I still got my options open, which is what he should have said is the dynamic in the beginning, and it would have never been any issue. So then Divine and London asks Divine out on a date, and he's all like, I'm just really shocked and happy that she's still talking to me after this hodgepodge mess with Alexis and the cabin. And I'm fucking shocked and confused and in the days that she's still talking to you too. Like, to me, your actions show that you chose. And when you follow Alexis, you should have said, you know what, let's walk back over here because I choose you, baby. That was what it was. And Divine would have gracefully been like, all right. Because she's pretty, she'll find somebody else. But, he starts off with, I'm concerned about your feelings and how you feel, and I just wanted to check on you. Oh, now you're concerned. Oh, now you want to see how I'm feeling and how this shit is affecting me and where I stand. Oh, now it's important for you to know. I mean, she said it. I felt it. You felt it too. At this point, I probably would have pulled a Reva. Like, you made a choice. And if she don't want you, you're going to be all by yourself. Nigga. Because she tells him, you know what? It's broad daylight and I'm in the dark. I'm the only person that don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, shed some light on the situation. So he talks about how nervous he is because, he needs to do damage control because she seems like she's on her way out. Like, rightfully so, y'all. Like, she shouldn't want to. And the fact that he said that he needs to do damage control really didn't sit well with me, So it's almost like when he uses damage control, like, yeah, it's supposed to be to fix a situation, but it's his is, I need to keep her here. Like, I need to fix this so I can stay in the game. Like, I don't really want her to leave. I need her to stay here because without her, I'm out. Like, that's how I feel like his damage control is, and I really need him to keep that to himself. He began to, express how he felt about her, but when she talked about she liked he opened up and shit, I was like, transparent where? Opened up where? He's just talking in the circle and just added that now you're his number one, that you've been his rockin' since day one, and he should have stuck with that. Like, he's just now saying that, and he really ain't opened up much. I mean, if I missed it, y'all give me some clarity down below in the comments, because it sounds like the same shit he's been saying, except for you've always been there, you've been my rock, and now, since Alexis don't want me, now, since she's moved on, I've officially made you my number one. And as I looked at them, I was like, they ain't gonna make it. This is not a relationship that's gonna last. He wants children. She old, okay? And I don't mean old because I'm in her same age bracket. But she don't want no more kids. Her kid's grown. He needs children. So I feel like they not gonna make it. They just making it for the show. I don't know why I have written here that she's a grown woman who processes her emotions. Like, I don't know what that's for, but evidently it was relevant. I probably should have watched the show one more time before coming back and doing my review, but I didn't. Brent and Alexis, they go to brunch. And I wrote down, because I guess, you know, she was like, we're in the flow of things now. We, you know, kind of like we mesh well. But I'm all like, y'all didn't flow until the cabin. And the conversation feels forced. If somebody's relationship feels forced, it's theirs. It feels fake. It feels like that they are conducting an interview, like a job interview. The way she is looking at him is very kind of blank with no real emotion behind it, but that's who she's been the whole time. And I've actually commended her on being able to articulate what she wanted, but now that I'm looking at her, I'm all like, you're conducting interviews. You aren't getting to know anybody, and that is where we are here right now. And Britt might have been her best option, but she really did not give him a chance. And so now you happy and he's your number one? You're just a lover out to score. And I know that I should be looking for more. What kind of fool is me? I don't know. But y'all get the picture. If y'all don't know the song, I'm going to put it down below in the comments. But it's silly of me, okay? And for me, that'll be Brent. For me, that's gonna be Divine. Silly. They looking silly. Ashima too. Silly. Okay? So we see Tandy and Mario at the pottery date. And honestly, you know, he's all like, I now can give you all my attention and focus on you. Listen, you should have been focusing on me. Reva really wasn't giving you nothing anyway. But, you know, she comes out like Reva wasn't no competition. Honestly, I don't know if Tandy really likes him. Tandy, do you really like him? Did you really like him? How you really feeling about him? Is he for you? Just wait, girl. Tell me in my inbox. I won't tell nobody. No, I really won't. But I'm curious as fuck. Like, I feel like, you know, he still wanted Reva around. He wanted it to come down to the last drop. And I want to know to you, because I asked, I'm asking you now. Do you feel like their connection is genuine? Do you feel like they have something? I know somebody said that they thought that they matched really well and they were a good couple. So you let me know. Then he gives her a gift, a pottery ring that he finds in the date that Tandy has set up. And I'm all like, okay, this is cute but cheesy. Because we know y'all ain't really having conversations, right? I mean, on her Instagram, she did show that they went to Walmart together. But, you know, after the taping of the episode. But, you know. Y'all let me know if it's a genuine connection down below in the comments. So now we are back in our respective lounges and the wine bar. The men are with the men, the women are with the women. Darren is missing because his father had a heart attack and he needed to go back to Detroit. Anybody know how his father is doing? I hope he's doing well. If he isn't, my deepest and sincerest condolences. I'm sending good vibe, positivity, and love and all that good stuff his way. So, right off the top, Tommy asked Tandy, you know, how's their chemistry? And she's like, we're exact opposites, you know. I like to go out. He's a homebody. I drink socially. He barely or occasionally drinks. Ooh, child. This wig, honey. But I think that we mesh together. We go well together. We complement one another. He's like, okay. Now, see, the thing is, Tommy watches probably some of the footage before these lounges and the wine bar. And my thing is this. He sees it. He sees more of the footage than we do. So he already is making, you know, not his assumptions, but formulating his opinion about these relationships before we ever do. And sometimes when you listen to what he's saying, he's looking like, yeah, I don't know, this don't match to me. Now, when Brent says that Alexis is, you know, that they, you know, are making progress and that they have chemistry, you can see that heavy ass, hard ass side eye that London is giving him. Like, you didn't know you really liked her until somebody else wanted her, and so now you mad. But Brent ain't fazed by none of that shit. London says that he needs to rebuild his relationship with Divine, you know, because rightfully so, he fucked it up. For their right now and for their future. He doesn't really want her, y'all. I don't know. Y'all let me know. I'm kind of on the fence. I don't know. The way that he is upset about this whole Alexis and Brent thing makes me feel like he does not want her. So y'all tell me down below in the comments what you think. So when all the men meaning Darren, all the men meaning London and Mario, since Darren isn't there, have chosen Alexis and Brent to be put out because they are the newest relationship. And London was like, shit, the way she flipped the switch on me and she flip-flopped over to you, that says enough right there. And honestly, it does. She switched at the 11th hour. She switched teams at the 11th hour. She didn't stick it out. She didn't ride it out. She jumped ship when she seen it was sinking. Okay? But Brent's like, you know what? She's always been my top. But Brent, you haven't always been her top. So that's something to consider. When we get to the ladies choose London. Both Tandy and Ashima say he's not ready to love because he's on the fence. He was straddling the fence. He could not make a decision. And then when Alexis started talking, all I said was, damn, it was hard for me to listen to Alexis break down London's connection with Divine. Like, she really was going for the jugular. At this point, it was still very, like, you know, matter of fact, very kind of, you know, upscale, kind of classy, but it was still a dig. Saying that London had said she was too aggressive and that he wanted a woman with no children, of course, because he doesn't have any children and he wants children. So, I mean, you know, it's news to her, right? You know, Divine is like, well, none of that's true because he told you that I'm not aggressive enough or something like that. But baby, when Alexis said, after the episode at the wine bar, when Divine said that London said, if I had to choose, it's me and you my ride or die, and she left the wine bar because she was upset and called him and asked him about it, and the nigga called her on three-way, and yes, I meant nigga, because that's some nigga shit, some childish, immature shit. Called her on the three-way, and had Alexis be quiet so that he could say, you know, oh, you know, whatever it was he said. Number one, let's just stop right there. Like I said, it's immature and it's childish. Number two, Alexis, why in the fuck would you want a man that's going to do some conniving ass, sneaky, underhand, backhanded type shit like that to a woman that you see him courting, hanging out with, laughing, kikiing, that he's interested in? What does that say about his character? But Divine is like, well, you lying. Divine said that ain't his personality. That ain't who he is. And you lying because that's what he said. Now, because Alexis is coming for her so tough, I'm so fucking glad that they had receipts. Like, that's what he said. Regardless of if he was just playing the game or saying what she wanted to hear. Because that's how I felt, like he was just saying what she wanted to hear and he wasn't being honest and truthful with her and transparent, like, I'm really still getting to know you, let's take it slow or whatever. It's still receipts. The nigga said it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was truthful or not, whether Divine ate it up and held it to heart or not, and that's why she stuck in like she has, the nigga said it, okay? And furthermore, I wouldn't want no man who is gonna call another bitch on three-way. Like, I've had it done to me with my oldest son's father and his girlfriend. Okay, at the time, you know, listen, I didn't know I was the other woman. But nevertheless, it's a long story for another time. But he had the bitch on three-way, on silent. And I knew it. It's a whole other story because he was in prison. Okay, listen, I got a life story that you probably would believe. Okay, anyway. And I just want you to know that I have held Alexis in such a high regard. Like, how she's been carrying herself this entire time that I'm so disappointed. Like a hit dog is gonna yell, yelp, holler, scream, and that's what she's doing. She is hurt that he has chosen her, that he is not chasing after her anymore. She probably felt like when they left the cabin, that he should have been trying to come after her. Like, you want me, so come for me. I mean, we do like that. And so she feeling stupid that he was like, I'm bowing out gracefully. I'm done with you. You and Brent go be happy. And when Alexis tells Divine, you know, you look real desperate right now. Like she, you know, like what she's saying is not the truth. You looking real desperate. Now, we know Alexis is upset, and Alexis is probably upset because, you know, she looking at Divine like, well, you older than me. Yeah, you cute, but nothing about you is natural, and he chose you. Like, people be in their feelings like that. Y'all can act like they don't if you want to, but they do. And when you signed up for this show, you knew what the fuck you was getting yourself into, okay? And I'm gonna tell y'all, I probably wouldn't be as classy. I'd probably be the bitch on the show. Y'all would probably be like, Talisa, like I told y'all. Anyway, and I was looking, I was like, I know you fucking lying. But so glad that Divine called out Alexis on that shit with Brent. You just going with the fall. You just went with the fallback guy because of the simple fact that London don't want you. Ooh, if that didn't get under her skin, I don't know what did. Because the Taurus, honey, the bull, honey, the horns, the nose, nostrils was blowing. She was ready for charge. Like, I know the fuck this bitch ain't. So she tells Tommy, because they've gone back and forth here for a minute over this shit. Divine tells Tommy, untie my boxing gloves. Baby. That Alexis said, you would get dragged in this motherfucker. Divine said, what you say? You would get dragged in this motherfucker. She didn't flinch. She didn't hesitate. She repeated her fucking self with no problem. And I was looking like, okay, Divine is remaining classy, because I don't know if I could have been like as calm and been like, what you say? Because I know I heard you get dragged in this motherfucker. I would have came across that table, round that table, bitch, run it, let me see. Like, I'm not the one. And I you know, you could see that her whole demeanor had changed. And honestly, it could have been misinterpreted. The whole untie my boxing gloves coming right after us having this banter back and back. It sounds like because we was just in a boxing match. So if you're looking at it that way, it could seem like that's what the fuck Divine was talking about. But Divine didn't hesitate in explaining herself, which says to me she meant exactly the entire situation of this love triangle, this whole, all this bullshit with Ready to Love. But she did say, she said, that ain't even my style. But you don't want this smoke, bitch. Alexis was like, I do. I really do. Like, she in her feelings, she's super jealous. She wants to fight over a nigga. That's pretty much what it boils down to. And ladies, I don't believe in fighting over no man. I'm gonna always do a curtsy and bow the fuck out gracefully. Even when it comes to my husband, I am not fighting over no man, because it is his responsibility to make sure that I'm protected and that I'm not in this damn situation. I don't want to be in that situation. I don't want my feelings hurt so bad that I feel like I got to attack another woman over a man. Shit, the devil is a lie. You got me fucked up. That whole situation was crazy to me. I'm really looking forward to Saturday's episode because Alexis bows out gracefully. Not at all. She realizes that this wasn't for her, okay? I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Thank you so much for watching my review of Ready to Love Season 2, Episode number 9. All is fair in love and war. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought about this episode in its entirety. I asked a gang of questions and I want some answers. I need to hear your opinions. Again, if it's your first time visiting my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Become a ray of sunshine. You're there, so you should click the notification bell. I do offer a whole lot of other things. Are you just here for reviews? Quite possibly, but how do you get to know me if that's all you here for? Last but not least, because you like me and I know it's real, give this video a thumbs up. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll catch you on the next video.